When two dogs found themselves stranded on a boat in the middle of a mighty river, it looked like their days were numbered. However, as the current forced the dogs downstream, they heard a splash as another animal risked its life to jump into the water. And then it was coming towards them. In December 2015, a video emerged on YouTube that depicted a rescue of epic proportions. The storyline had it all: heart-pounding danger, intense drama, and most importantly, an extremely unlikely hero to save the day. The action appears to have unfolded in the United States, and the video shows two dogs that have apparently gotten themselves into a sticky situation. Indeed, they've been pulled out into a fast-flowing river in a canoe. As a result, they're being dragged downstream with seemingly no one to save them. According to the video's description on YouTube, the dogs jumped into the boat of their own accord. When a gust of wind blew a feather-light canoe away from the gravel bar and into the river, two dogs ran and jumped inside it, it explained. In the footage, it seems that the dogs are all too clear about the peril they face. Certainly, they cry out as the current carries them to a potentially watery end. One of the dogs even leans over the bow of the canoe as if to attract someone's attention. Meanwhile, the second animal cowers in the hull. As desperation apparently takes hold, the dog at the front of the boat starts to bark very loudly. At first, it seems that his pleas go unnoticed, but then a potential rescuer enters the water at epic speed. This wannabe hero is a Labrador, and he seems determined to get his fellow canines before it's too late. The Labrador cuts across the powerful tide and makes a beeline for the wayward canoe. As he does so, he barks out to the other dogs, perhaps to reassure them that he's on his way. But it's not all plain sailing. As the Labrador makes it halfway across the river, he starts to struggle in the current. However, the determined dog refuses to be beaten and somehow musters up the strength to continue. So, with a little help from the mighty river, he and the canoe soon come face to face. And that's when the action really gets going. Despite the fast-flowing water, the Labrador manages to grasp in his jaws a cord hanging off the canoe. With the lead firmly between his teeth, the dog then starts to drag the vessel back to the shore. As he does so, some people on the bankside begin to shout out encouragement. "Good boy, Robbie, bring them home," one cries out, and that's exactly what the dog does. Yes, he turns the boat against the flow of the river and starts to heave it towards dry land. Soon, all three dogs are back on the shore, and the apparent crisis is completely averted. When Robbie emerges on the riverbank, he understandably receives a hero's welcome. Indeed, one of the onlookers rushes over to him and rewards his bravery with a pat on the head. Thanks to the Labrador, after all, the two other canines were lucky to be alive. However, Robbie appears to be unfazed by his actions. Arriving back on dry land, he simply shakes the water from his fur, giving the bystander a soaking in the process. All the while, he wags his tail gleefully, as if saving two dogs is really no big deal. And according to the video's description, the fact that Robbie leapt into action wasn't that surprising. Labs will retrieve anything, it read. However, what's truly impressive is that the other dogs seem to know that Robbie was coming to rescue them. What's amazing here is that one of the dogs in the canoe takes the rope and places it over the side and into the water for the Labrador to grab a hold of it, the YouTube description revealed. So perhaps the epic rescue was actually somewhat of a team effort. Understandably then, the video of Robbie's rescue quickly went viral after it arrived online. On YouTube, for instance, the footage has been viewed over 311,000 times. And many of the people who have watched it hailed the Black Labrador as a hero in the comment section. That lab is for sure the hero of the day. I still trust dogs more than most people. They just seem to care more than the average human, wrote one viewer. Another added, "Dogs are the best people. What a hero." However, not all the comments that the video attracted were so positive. In fact, some called out the people present on the scene for not acting. "The human standing on the bank cheering the Black Lab should have rescued those dogs," read one such angry comment. However, it soon emerged that the people had been misled by the video's title. You see, the dog's owner spoke out on YouTube to explain that no animals were ever in danger. "Robbie the Black Lab had the strongest legs I've ever seen on a dog," Deborah Faddis explained. Faddis added that Robbie had always instinctively retrieved the lightweight canoe whenever it came loose. And when the other dogs, Rusty and Bullet, learned this, they decided to make it into a game. Faddis said they'd jump in the boat and float it for a while, safe in the knowledge that Robbie would collect them. Sadly, Robbie's canoe retrieving days are now behind him. According to Faddis, the old boy developed arthritis and can only swim with the help of a life jacket. However, thanks to his internet fame, he'll remain a hero in the minds of many.